biggest fear, I guess before it would have been failure, but I don't feel like I can fail because I've seen what that looks like and that's not where I'm headed. So I guess my biggest fear would be to be unhappy because I don't ever want to be unhappy. I think things are going to be great. I was born in Los Angeles, California. You want to know a little bit about my family? It's like a true Hollywood story. There's so much. It could be the craziest situation, but you always looked good. I was kind of just born into fashion. My grandmother would always take me to fashion shows. We would always just go shopping together, and that was like what we did. She was my best friend. She was the true definition of love. It was a bond that was unique. Right before she passed away, I walked into the room and she said, "My whole world just arrived." And that's my last memory of her. She really did love fashion and she loved style. I think that I probably could have styled her a little bit. It was a very tragic childhood. Most people would never know that about me because my mother couldn't take care of me because of her drinking and drug use. So I probably went to 7 schools before high school because I had to move so many times because of my mom, which made me really blend into any situation. You can throw me into any situation and I will be okay because I know crazy when it walks into the room because I lived with crazy and I know what it is. My junior year of high school, I found myself escaping from a situation and I had a conversation with myself and I said, "Tara, you have 2 choices in life. You either stay and fail miserably in this situation or you try to find a way out, make something of yourself." And so I did. And so my uncle, who's probably like the most important person in my life, he said to me, "What do you want?" And I said, "I want to go to college because I know it's my ticket out of here." So for college, I wanted to go as far away from California as I could. So I went to Ithaca College in upstate New York. So I went for communications and then I minored in psychology because I knew I could be a therapist because I had been to a therapist since I was 3 years old because my mom put me in therapy thinking that if I were to be fixed, her problems would get better. So after college, I went to graduate school at USC for marriage and family therapy. And then I met my husband because I used to come back to the East Coast to visit my friends. And we dated cross country for a year and a half. I really do know who I am. So I just knew that he was the one that I was gonna marry. So I moved to Boston. I started a private practice and then I started working in a school. My apartment burnt down. And I lost everything that I had brought from California. So I literally had nothing, which is actually a really good feeling in some way because when you have nothing, you start from the beginning. And so for some reason, that was a really good cleanse for me. I have 1 pair of shoes, like that's life. I mean, I feel like light. How do you not feel light with 1 pair? I'm not carrying around a lot. I slowly rebuilt. So then I lived in Beacon Hill and in the city, I started to like the city a little bit more, but I really loved being a therapist, but because I was on the younger side, I saw most of the suicidal kids. I love kids and I care for them and I know what it's like to go through difficult times as a child. And all of that blended into me being really good at what I did, but it really wore out. Because they say, don't take it home with you, but how do I sleep at night when I know so-and-so, is she gonna be okay? I had been doing it for a really long time. Even in high school, I was a peer counselor. Sometimes when bad things happen to you, helping other people makes everything better. I just knew that it was time for me to stop. Making that decision was not hard for me. I really, really was done. I feel like I fulfilled a part of me in which needed to be filled. My husband started his business in our apartment and now it's a big company, which is amazing for him, but you can't put it all on one person, nor would I ever do that to him or our family. Then I had baby number 3 and I said to myself, I'm starting a business. You either try and fall on your face or never try. You'll feel terrible if you never try. And my goal was to have a business started by the time my son started kindergarten, so my last child. And so I launched 2 parties at stores and then people started asking me to come to their closets and style them. And so when I work with people, I'm really sensitive to who people are and what their needs are. A lot of what I do is about psychology. It's like if you get up in the morning and you put on an outfit that you like and you feel good, I bet you're gonna have a pretty good day. I feel like people deserve that. I do this because I love fashion. I love everything about it. I love empowering other women. I don't just work with women though, I work with men too. I think in general it's empowering people. I'm 20 years older than most bloggers. I'm definitely, a little bit older than a lot of the stylists, but you need to really love yourself. My message in general is you could do whatever you want at whatever age. Just make sure you really like it. I feel empowered. I did not feel empowered when I started. I would rip every picture apart. And then finally I was like, you know what? Just do it. Like, who cares? Like, let it go. And then it started to work. And like my business started to grow in different ways, and people were like, I loved that shirt. Or a store that I really work well with, they said, people come in here and they said they saw the shirt that you wore and they want it. So that made me feel good. I think it was like 2 years ago, and my whole setup was up. I had all my clothes for my clients and everything, and my oldest daughter walked in with her friend and she's like, that's my mom and that's her business. She's a fashion stylist. And I was like, oh, that meant everything. I want to have strong females, but also my son, obviously. But I want, they see it. They've seen it from the ground up, and they know. And then I just won Best Fashion Blog of Boston. They kept asking, did you win? Did you win? And then I told them I did, and they were cheering. That just shows them that they can do it too. I have a vision of a lot of women working with me and growing this to the next level, whatever that may be. And the people that are here, the young people that I get to work with, I feel so lucky. They have taught me to love the city as well. I love this city. I feel like we have a really good relationship. It's a beautiful place to live.